Hey everyone, it's finally time to do my top 10 of 2021. Before I get started, let's go over a couple of ground rules. First, I'm only going to pick one book per series. Second, I am only picking books that I read for the first time in 2021. Third, this is based on my personal preference. It is not a reflection of what I think are the 10 best written books, just how much did I enjoy them. So without any further ado, let's get started. Coming in at number 10 is Stones of Light by Zach Argyle. This is the second book of the Threadlight series, which I have a review of Voice of War. And I said Voice of War was a solid 4 stars. This book improved in every way. And it's a good thing I didn't make this video before the end of 2021, because this was the last book I read, and it managed to make it up to the top 10. Coming in at number 9 is nonfiction. That's going to be Atomic Habits by James Clear. What I liked about this is how it showed that just making tiny, consistent changes can lead to big results. At number 8, we're back to fantasy with The Broken Eye. This is book 3 of the Lightbringer series by Brent Weeks. This was one of the first epic fantasy series I read of the year, and on top of being one of my favorites, it's also one of my most disappointing, because I think it had so much more potential than what it ended. But book 3 was the peak of it for me, where there was enough twists and turns, but it wasn't to the point where things couldn't be solved yet, which is where I fear he led the series to, that he kept doing twists and turns and didn't know how to resolve them cleanly. Next book is historical fiction. That's Enemy of God by Bernard Cornwell. This is book 2 of the Warlord Chronicles. At this point in the story, King Arthur is basically saying he's taking over. He's going to do it his way. Everyone else can just shut up or get out. He's going to get that peace for England. Coming in at number 6 is Rage of Dragons by Evan Winter. This book kind of took my breath away with how fast it is. Once you get to the action, it's non-stop for the last 80% of the book, and I'm an action junkie, so I loved it. And I really like the fact that Tao, the main character, he doesn't have anything special about him. He becomes stronger through just sheer will and determination and hard work. It's all on him pushing himself further than anyone else is willing to push themselves. Next book, nonfiction again, is Things My Son Needs to Know About the World by Frederick Bachman. I found this book just to be hilarious and heartwarming and a little bit informative at the same time. And if you have kids or want kids, I'm sure you can probably relate to what's in this book. So I recommend checking it out. Obviously, I recommend all these books because they're in my top 10, but that one specifically if you like kids. At number 4 is a book that I've said I recommend to everyone. I don't care what genre you like. I think you should check out Just Mercy by Bryan Stevenson. This is basically a nonfiction memoir for To Kill a Mockingbird. It's a real life story, or real life stories. I can't praise Just Mercy enough. It's fantastic. Now these last 3, a big reason why I've been struggling to make this list is because I really didn't know which books to pick for these top 3. I knew the 3 series I wanted to pick, but I didn't know what order they were in, and I didn't know what books I wanted to pick from these series. So they're all fantastic in my mind. First one I'm gonna go with is Deadbeat, book 7 of the Dresden Files. Really, 7 through 17 have all been fantastic books. I could have gone with almost any one of them. Changes, number 12 would have been a popular one, or Skin Game, book 15 would have been popular. But I'll go with 7 because it's the earliest book of the Dresden Files that I absolutely loved. And the main reason I decided to put that one third is because, again, when I compare series, Dresden does start off weaker than these other series did in my mind. Number 2, Heir of Navran. This is the third omnibus, so books 5 and 6 of Heir Revelations. Again, I love the whole series. The banter between Royce and Hadrian is the best banter I've heard in any series or any relationship in any book. And I chose this one because I just felt like the series wrapped up in the most satisfying way possible. Whereas when I mentioned Lightbringer, I felt there was so much more potential than how it ended. Heir Revelations met its potential. It ended exactly the right way in my mind. Now finally, coming at number 1, and again, ask me on another day, and this could be number 2 or number 3, maybe even number 4, but when I read it, it just hit me right. It was the perfect book at the perfect time, and that's Traitor's Blade, Book 1 of The Great Coats by Sebastian de Castell. The banter in this book is right up there with the banter between Royce and Hadrian, and it's just such a swashbuckling, fun adventure that besides the banter and the overall plot line, it was just a really enjoyable read for me. And with this being the first book, I think it kind of caught me by surprise with what it was, and for that reason, it kind of holds a special place in my mind. So that's my top 10. Let me know in the comments what your top 10 books of 2021 was, and if you would like to see me put out a top 10 most disappointing books of 2021 video. So until next time, bye.